Digital here.
We think we're live in the Like-Minded Bitches group, but we're not sure. So if you can see us, definitely make sure that you say hey, and we'd love to know who's watching and who's out there.
Look, don't be shy now. Just pop on and say hello, so we're not going it alone.
We don't know. Like, there could be a couple of other Facebook Lives going on at the same time. We might be a carousel along the top, but
stop swinging the carousel.
Choose us. Choose us.
Choose us.
We're here to talk about SEO.
It's all about SEO roadblocks tonight.
Our best tips and tricks. So we might wait for people to say that they can hear us, see us before we really get stuck in. We're like, you know what? We're bending to see like what the comments are when we have our desktop computers or our laptops right here. So we'll probably just pull up that group. That will help. Yeah. You wouldn't know it, but we actually just went to a workshop on Facebook Lives and how to best present. So hopefully we're speaking with more connection and confidence thanks to Suzanne Chadwick. Give a
Hi,
shout
Suzanne.
out.
I hope you're watching.
To Suze, if you're
and
there.
We're standing up, so you'd be so proud of us.
Yeah, so one of the things that we learned at the workshop was to make sure that we stand up because we bring a lot more energy. We were previously doing Facebook Live sitting down, so we'll see how we go tonight. We might do a bit of a dance around.
A bit of bopping.
And of course, we have our wine, which is obviously essential in this group, and I think would be sacrilegious to do a Facebook Live not to have it. So,
and we love wine, so you know.
We love wine, and if you haven't already poured one, SEO pairs really nicely with wine.
Yes, it does.
Can make it a lot easier. Not that it is difficult. So yeah, just say hey, because we'd love to know that you can see us and hear us before we really get stuck in. Don't be shy. Don't
Come
be shy.
on now, anyone, are you there?
Assuming that you can all hear and see us, we might start with our intros.
Yeah, so Karina and I have a collective experience of 15 years experience in digital marketing. We own I Do Digital, which is all about empowering women with their startups through our digital school.
So what we really wanted to do was to show small business owners that they could get started, particularly females, with DIY, their digital marketing and even their website build. So all the technical stuff. So, you know, they might have expertise and have great expertise in the area and what they're selling, but kind of not know the next steps. And be a bit daunted by it. So we offer digital days where we do one-on-one consulting and also have a digital school where we have, it's a platform basically for digital learning. Hi Naomi! Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, you know, if you have any questions about SEO, we're going to have plenty of time for questions. So
and make sure you post them. So don't be shy with posting them, and then when we get to it, we can answer them.
So basically, you know, we formed I Do Digital basically because we saw that there was a real need out there for cost-effective digital marketing and web design services. So, Hayley, you're a web developer?
Yeah, so I own We Do Digital, and I love helping people with their websites, and I'm a designer developer. I've been doing it for a number of years now. I've had 2 successful e-commerce websites. It's Petite Bamboo and Maxinoli. So that's a bit of my background.
Yeah, and I'm a digital marketer. So I got my start. Well, actually, we met at publishing 10 years ago.
That's so long.
Yeah, so kind of
a decade
before online. I mean, it was around, but I just remember us taking the content from our website and our magazine and putting it straight up on the website, which
copy paste.
Yeah, not SEO friendly at all. Breaks my heart now to think about what we did. But yeah, I jumped ship 7 years ago to skill up in digital and went to a startup. So. I now have my own startup, I Do Digital, with Hayley. So, you know, we know all about kind of getting started with limited resources and having to be a bit scrappy in the beginning to get to where you want to go. So that's why we both, you know, have a really passionate background to help small businesses and you lovely ladies succeed in your business when digital marketing or web development and design might not be your expertise, and that's because it's ours. So we're here to share and talk, and tonight we're going to be talking about SEO roadblocks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to start off, why would you even want to do SEO or invest the time to learn it? So SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, if you're unfamiliar. The reason why you'd want to do it in the first place is it's a free marketing channel. So basically to generate more leads and sales for your business by ranking in Google. So it's all about learning a strategy in order to get there. So a little backstory. I owned a business called Petite Bamboo. It was a bamboo baby wear business.
One of your businesses.
One of my businesses.
Serial entrepreneur, this one.
And I had I built the website, I'd produced the label and got all the stock shipped over. It was sitting in a warehouse. I needed sales. So I invested in Facebook advertising, which was perfect, and I generated lots of sales, but it was digging into my bottom line. So I consulted the lovely Karina.
Yeah, and so that's when I was working in-house. So I was learning a lot, especially about SEO, digital marketing, and I was like, Hayley, you don't have to be spending that much money. It's great you're getting sales, that's awesome. And, you know, there is a time where you do definitely have to do paid advertising. We're not dissing that at all. But, you know, you also have to take advantage of the free traffic and the free leads that are out there via SEO. So,
so I took Karina's amazing email. Still remember it.
It was a very long email.
It was epic.
Yeah. And I was just saying to Hayley, like, the recommendations that I made back then, you know, would be different now. And that's because SEO kind of is ever changing. But the initial recommendations you implemented.
You spoke in my language, which was great. And I thought, you know what, I can do this. I don't have the money for an agency. I was a startup just starting out. And I thought, but you know what, I'm savvy enough to figure it out. And I did. So I implemented this strategy that Karina taught me. And over time, I started ranking for my keywords. And I ditched the Facebook advertising, even though that was great, and I learnt that as well, and it was fantastic. It was a great channel. I then, you know, just enjoyed the success of having free sales, free traffic to my website, and leads and sales. And in the end, I sold the business and handed it over. And to this day, I'm still ranking for those keywords.
You still like to go check on it.
Oh, I do.
And that's the great thing about SEO. Like, SEO works really well with e-commerce. You know, when you get down to, you know, the keyword level and locations, and, you know, we'll touch on some keyword stuff. But, you know, like, you do have to continually invest in maintenance with SEO, but the work that you do, you know, pays off for years and years. Like, the new owner of your business is still kind of reaping the rewards of your SEO strategy.
And she has no idea. All that time that I put in.
Yeah.
No idea. She's just loving the sales, probably.
So,
cheers to that.
I mean, I think what I love about your story, and I guess just you as a person, like, is that you just get stuck into things. And I think that that's probably the number one roadblock for SEO, which is basically ourselves. So
invest in yourself.
And it's kind of not our fault because of all of the scary jargon and stuff that's out there. Who knows, like, we've met people that didn't know what SEO stood for before, which, you know, for us as experts, second nature now, but that's why we started this Facebook Live kind of explaining, you know, what it stood for. Because there shouldn't be any assumed knowledge when it comes to this stuff, but it's definitely stuff that you can learn, and anyone that tells you otherwise is trying to intimidate. And
use that fancy jargon, technical jargon to throw you and think, well, I need to hire this agency because I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's definitely something that you can learn yourselves, and students of the past Google Domination course that we just ran in IDO Digital can definitely attest to that. That was a 6-week course, and from the beginning, where they basically knew nothing, to the end, and we still have a Facebook group now, and they're all chatting together.
I know, they're really mingling.
Yeah, sharing the latest articles, because that's one key thing about SEO. It is ever changing, and anyone tells you that, you know, they have a set and forget strategy where you can rank number one, you know, in 2 weeks. Run far. We're certainly not saying that, but what our purpose tonight is just to empower you ladies to say that there are definitely things that you can do yourself and identify, roll out yourself, and it's completely possible to DIY.
And it's really not that hard.
Because Hayley did it.
It's really not that hard. Yeah, look, if I can do it, yes, I'm a web developer, but if I can do it, then anyone can. Trust me. Yeah. So, and, you know, with my web development, I'm self-taught, so that's the other thing. It can be done. So that's our message to you. If you're sitting on the fence with trying to decide whether to hire an agency or give it a go yourselves, our biggest advice is to do that.
Yeah.
Just jump in.
So already a question from Naomi, can you look up what your top keywords are? So we were actually going to touch on this because I think keywords is a huge part of obviously SEO, and probably the thing that gets the most attention out there. Everyone says that you should be blogging and targeting, you know, keywords in your blogs, but unless you have a set direction for that, firstly, it's not very motivating and you give up on blogging regularly if you're not seeing an increase in traffic and that flowing down to sales. But, you know, just not having any direction in general,
you need a strategy,
you
right?
have a strategy.
Yeah.
You need a strategy.
Bit of a plan.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously when you're targeting keywords, you're looking for those words that people search in the Google search bar, and to try and find those ones that more people are searching. So, you want keywords that people are typing in all the time, and making sure that they're the keywords that you have scattered throughout your website. But I've seen some really, really meaningless keyword research, like Hayley, SEO marketers who, have a vague idea of what your business is and what you do, and pull a list of the highly searched keywords, monthly search volume in your industry, but don't then tie it to what your business is all about and your commercial objectives. It's not a very tailored
approach, right?
Yeah, so that's definitely like a huge takeaway for you ladies, is that we always just kind of encourage you to remember why it is that you started your business and what is the unique selling proposition of your business, and that should also flow into your keywords. So to make sure that, there was a lovely lady too in the recent Google domination who sold sunshades for the beach. And it was a unique product. So if she had just gone to an SEO agency and asked for, the most searched keywords in her industry, they probably would have looked at other sun products when she had a unique product. So the best way to find out the best keywords to target for yourself is really understanding what is special about your business, because that's the niche and that's the thing that people will be searching for to find your specific product. So you have to make sure that you have those keywords on your website and not just general keywords.
Yeah, because I think, with my baby wear business, that's a good example, because an agency would have gone for, the highly competitive keywords and aimed for those, such as online baby clothes. Well, that's not really specific to my market. It may be a keyword to aim for because of traffic volume, but I went that step further because I know my business. You know your business and you know what's unique about it, and you know your business better than anyone. And you've got to ask yourself, would an agency take the time to really understand your business like you do?
Yeah, and I think what was unique about your particular business was the bamboo fabric. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the bamboo fabric of your baby wear.
Yeah.
So, and that could have been easily missed. And we're not dissing agencies. Like, I'm actually a consultant as well. So, I mean, there's some great consultants. I'm just saying, like, just a kind of one-size-fits-all keyword research dump to a business owner, you need to get educated yourself. And that's why we want to empower you to, to learn some of this stuff. Because, I feel like business owners can be really involved, and this is the same with us, up until the launch phase of their website, like being very particular about the colour of their logo and things that, that is a contributor to branding, but that when it comes to lots of digital marketing stuff, they're happy to hand the keys over to somebody else and rely on them. And if they don't ask you the exact questions about your product range or your service and what you do, they could easily miss like the gold nuggets of keywords. So that's a huge takeaway. And in terms of tools and specifics about how to implement keywords, that's something that is best probably covered like one-on-one or with a screen share. So you can always, we've got all the details in the description of this Facebook Live. So email address, and also pop over to the digital school where we actually take you through exactly how to do that research.
All the learnings.
Yeah, all the learnings. Yeah.
So we also want to talk about, user experience in terms of SEO. Similar to Facebook, Facebook deliver content in your newsfeed based on what they think the user. So it's not about businesses. They want businesses to pay for advertising, and it's similar for Google. So Google wants the user to have a great experience, and they will reward you as your business owner. They will rank your website if it's a great user experience, and that comes down to mobile, tablet responsiveness. So as a developer, that is the biggest thing that I see. People come to me saying, oh, look, it's not quite mobile responsive, but oh, well, yes, for me, it's an absolute must. And you've got to think of the logic behind it. They're sitting at home at night and they might be doing some shopping on your website. If they get on and they're scrolling through your website and they can't easily navigate it around because it's not mobile, tablet responsive, or it's just not stylish enough on the mobile, it might be responsive, but they can't navigate around, They're going to click right off
little
there.
bitty buttons.
Yeah, little hamburger buttons, tiny, you can't check out. There's lots of tips and tricks to keep people on your site, but you really want to have that really great experience to lower your bounce rate. And Google will reward your efforts. So,
I think like if all of this SEO stuff is, baffling and it is confusing, you're hearing a lot of terminology, and if you take one thing away from our live tonight, it's just to remember that Google likes whatever user likes. So if you want to critique your website, before getting too hung up on, keywords and lots of other technical stuff, just have a look at your website and see, like, is this user friendly? Because SEO and what's called user experience, they're starting to intersect a little bit. And that is to do with mobile responsiveness of your site, and also site speed. And that's where site speed's important. And I think, there's a bit of awareness cropping up around that. It's for that same reason. You don't want the user to have to wait 20 seconds for your website to load. You want it to be zippy and fast, because the user will just click out, and that's an indication to Google that you're not serving up great content. The actual content on the page might be great, but the way that you're presenting it in a sluggish site is not awesome. So they're going to think twice about ranking you, in the future. So
and it may seem overwhelming. Great, I have to go and redevelop my website. Well, not really. No, there are ways to make your site mobile tablet responsive to achieve a better bounce rate, so people just don't click off. I love the Iconics. I bang on about this, but I love the Iconics.
You just like shopping.
I do like shopping. Yeah, I do love shopping, but I think it's also good to look at inspirational mobile tablet websites to be able to have something to strive for. So whenever, I don't do a lot of online shopping on my phone. I know people do, but I'm a desktop girl when it comes to shopping online.
Yeah, because like 50% of all traffic, and anyone that has Google Analytics connected to their website, which you definitely should, and this varies between industries and your site, the vertical that you're in, but 50% of traffic comes from mobile now, which is mobile, tablet. So if you're not thinking about how your website looks on mobile, you're behind not just in SEO, but just with everything.
So it's understanding that data. So when I had Boutique Bamboo, the first thing I did was look at Google Analytics, get it all hooked up and make sure that I had the app, and I was looking at it and looking to see where my traffic came from, and it will tell you what device they're coming from, even what browser. So I saw that 98% of my customers,
I still can't believe that. That's so high.
Can you believe that? Yeah, and I could watch the graph increase. That people were just moving, and then so I thought, okay, I was trying to get in the heads of my target market and my user. They would be mums, maybe breastfeeding at night and wanting to buy their child, a nice baby wear, a nice bamboo little cardigan, and they were scrolling on their phone and they just purchased. So I made it a mission to make sure that mobile responsiveness was on par. And being a developer, I thought, I will take the time to really invest to make sure it's, and I was continually refining that process. So,
I think, and so even if you you don't understand how to make your site mobile responsive, getting to that stage, and this is like what we want to empower you all to do, is to recognize that needs to be done, and then find ways, and there's cost-effective ways of, getting these stuff done. And if you have knowledge, I'm going to be kind of safely assume there's not many mechanics in this group, but if you I just don't want some blast comments later, but if you are taking your car to a mechanic, it's like, a bit harder to kind of work out what you should actually get done and what's a fair price. So having some basic understanding of why you need what you need, then you're not going to be ripped off when you go to a developer and say, like, I just need to get my site SEO'd. You can actually say, how much does this cost to make my site mobile responsive? Or my site's loading really slowly. What are some things that I can do? And, your site speed, that will have to be diagnosed. Sometimes it can be image size. So if you have e-commerce, you're loading lots of images. There's things that you can do to make the images smaller and load faster. Or it could be on your server end where it's, the hosting, and you might want to look at changing your server. So we see in a lot of cases, people are on shared servers somewhere else, and, you can have a dedicated server where it loads faster, or in the cloud. So there's lots of different ways. depending on your developer, like obviously Hayley and I work really closely together, and even before that, as we started out this live with, Hayley SEO'd her own e-commerce store, so she's well and truly across SEO. So, you know, there's some checks that you do as a developer before handing over a website to your customers.
So I definitely ensure, and this is one thing that, knowledge is power, and you definitely, if you're getting a website developed by a professional, you want to check this. Make sure that they've unchecked the checkbox that says site engines do not follow.
So it's like basically website maintenance mode. So the mode that's telling Google not to pick up a half-built site.
In development, you don't want that. You want the check on during development, absolutely, but not once it's handed over and it's live, because that will mean no matter what you do,
you can blogging your heart out and doing everything. But if that setting's on, then you know you've got no chance. And that's kind of an extreme example, but we have seen it. And so the first thing that we do in Google Domination, so the 6-week SEO course, is start with an audit, and we go through all those things just to check to make sure that there's nothing massive happening already, that your site hasn't been penalised, or there's a huge reason why Google's not picking up your website to begin with. And we do that as a check before we even start optimising. So
you've got to know what you're playing with, right? So to do an audit, you've got to see what's broken. You know, what lift under the hood.
And also, you know, like I think it's great to go and self-learn, and I love that. And when you go to an agency, sometimes it's not very customized. So they say like month 1 we'll do this, month 2 we'll do this, month 3, and it might not actually be custom to you and your needs. So starting with an audit actually helps identify quick fixes as well. So, you know, your problem area might be different from somebody else's. You know, you might not have even, you know, you don't have any image or site loading issues where somebody else does. So just even understanding where your focus should go.
And so that you can project manage, you know, who you've hired. And, you know, perhaps if you're looking at quotes for SEO and having that knowledge, well, actually, no, I don't need X, Y, and Z. Absolutely not. I only need this one thing, or, you know, things, but I just want to start with the basics and then move up from there. Whereas if you're a complete newbie to SEO, you might be sort of conned into the whole package.
There was someone, and I won't say the agency's name, but someone posted yesterday about, you know, being ripped off by a big SEO agency, and lots of people commented with the same experience, and I think they were paying like $2,500 per month.
Oh,
yeah,
and so bad.
It's hard because you trust these service providers, and there's some great ones out there. Unfortunately, SEO, because it is ever changing and people kind of do know it as a bit of dark arts, like it is a bit mystic what's going on. And unfortunately, if you're a trusting business owner who's busy in their business, you want to know like that an SEO agency is actually doing a good job for you, and you don't want to have to watch over them. So I think getting some knowledge before even employing someone, because you know it is time intensive. So if you really want to get really great with your SEO, then I would recommend down the track hiring someone to do that full-time for you or on a monthly basis. But when you're starting out, when you're a business like at our level, or lots of new businesses on here, then having some basic understanding to know like how to spend even your limited marketing budget. Like I can actually take care of SEO for now from here, and then when I'm ready to hire a professional,
or just outsource because you don't have the time.
Yeah, like I'll know who to hire and what is needed
and what they're providing as well. Because some of them could give you. I mean, if you don't know what they're providing, you can say, actually, that's not really... That's
so
not
I
work.
guess, like, just in keeping with the theme of what we called the Facebook Live, another roadblock is a terrible agency where they're drip feeding fixes or information, or they're not providing information or a report at all. And you're the roadblock as well because you don't know what to ask for. Like, it can be really difficult.
I know. I mean, all that they do is send out reports and not actually doing anything on your website. So unfortunately, there are some cowboy agencies out there that give people in SEO a bad name. If you can take the time to invest in yourself and skill up a little bit, it's definitely not as scary as you may think, or unachievable, you know?
I think definitely. I don't know if any of the ladies that were in Google Domination, the latest round with me, are on the live, or they might watch later. And say hello if you're there. But I think that they can attest for the fact that when they started 6 weeks ago versus what they know now, they had no idea that that was achievable. And that's because you know, if we guide them through it step by step, and before they know it, it's kind of like, you know, you climb Mount Everest before you even realise, because you were taking it a step or a day at a time. And then you look back and you look down and you go, wow, I climbed this whole mountain. I had no idea. If we were to throw, you know, and the purpose of this Facebook Live is really to kind of empower you and just to make you aware of some of the roadblocks, or the common roadblocks. But if we were to break down every little detail, you know, that we have seen it, and we have done that before, because we want to kind of give as much information as possible, but it can be quite confronting and scary with all that lingo and jargon.
Especially mentioning the tools out there. We don't want to overwhelm anybody, because that's not what we want to do. Karina and I love to serve and to teach, and we're really passionate about helping startups, small businesses. So yeah, it's our mission to try to simplify it and demystify some of those.
And just let you know that you can actually do it and get started. I just saw there's a question here from Jenna. So relating to Shopify, she doesn't rank for her keywords and can't figure out how to get there. You're good in WordPress, but just can't get there with Shopify. So Jenna, were you previously ranking in WordPress, or
Hi, Lexi.
you just know the back end of WordPress a lot better? So Hayley, you build websites in WordPress, but also self-hosted platforms as well.
Yeah, I do. I mean, as a preference, I do love WordPress. It's very powerful for SEO, mainly due to its clean code. So, you know, WordPress is a free open source platform, but it's also wide in capabilities, and Google loves it. So I always develop on WordPress, and I do assist with custom built Shopify, you know, websites as well. But I find that it's harder to sort of rank with some of the self-hosted platforms. So I guess there's two ways that you can go. You can go on self-hosted platforms.
Like Shopify, you know, I've ranked sites in Shopify for sure. And the key is to make sure that you can edit the things that you need to edit. So whenever you're building
knowing
a
where
website,
they are, you know?
Yeah, that's it. And like, I know that Shopify has some great tools and resources to find, you know, I don't want to say too much jargon, but to find, you know, where your metadata is, so your page title and your meta descriptions. And as long as whatever platform that you're using has the capability for you to go and edit that stuff, then that's awesome. There could be a bunch of other things that you could improve as well, and that's kind of, I guess, looking at it on a case-by-case basis. So if you had actually extra questions about that, feel free to post the link and we can have a look at it like later after the live.
Yeah, because you've mentioned that you're good at WordPress, so I'm curious, you know, were you on the fence with...
Yeah, no, so Jenna says she's got other sites in WordPress at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So there could be different industries as well. Obviously, you know, with keywords, there's some industries that are more competitive than others. So
yeah, definitely.
Like as we were chatting, babywear. So you want to make sure you've got the right strategy for industries that are competitive, and the platform, you know, does come into play, but it could actually be just around competition. Yeah,
definitely. And if you're sitting on the fence trying to decide on a platform, you know, it might be tempting to just go with Wix because it's free and, you know, maybe easy to set up, but it does have some limitations in terms of SEO. We don't know whether they've sorted out some of their de-ranking issues in the
they're
past.
working on it, but I just kind of think, why would you set up with something that already has red flags?
If you're going to invest the time to build your own website, go for WordPress. That's our advice. Yeah.
And a lot of good SEO comes from, and this is for the ladies that haven't started their website yet or are still kind of looking to see what they might use to get set up, is from the very beginning. So making sure, as we said, like it's set up correctly, that you know, you do have all the capabilities that you need, including you being able to embed your analytics tracking code, which it's really difficult for Wix when you do that. It actually malforms the code.
So
but yeah, stuff like that.
Like
you want to make sure that if you're investing time in your SEO, that you have transparency around what you're doing. And as we said, we want to make sure that you stay motivated and encouraged while you are working on your website, because it can take some time to see results from SEO. So making sure that you are looking at small things like improvements to bounce rate, so people that are coming to your website and not leaving straight away, all those small metrics that you can get if you have Google Analytics set up. So I would definitely recommend that as kind of a motivating factor. Oh, there's lots of comments now.
Yeah, so to kind of recap where we're at, we'll definitely want to recap that having a mobile tablet responsive website is a must.
Yeah.
Definitely that, and make sure that the user experience is
and
great.
because that's all around the user experience. So if you take nothing away from this Facebook Live, we're not going to tell you how to go in and edit your metadata, because that's more of a screen share type video, not a wine type video. But yeah,
we want to have
think about
you to
your
have
user.
some takeaways to this, and think about your user. And when was the last time that you actually looked at your website on a mobile? Because it's not every day that you do that. You're probably thinking, yeah, it's fine, but bugs happen and it can go raw even if you have, worked at it. So it's a constant work in progress and refinement. Yeah.
And if you have any time at the moment to dedicate to blogging or keyword research, if you kind of know the tools, and we can help you, like, again, post below, email us, and we'll let you know specific tools. But keep in mind that if you are blogging at the moment or investing time in your content, to really understand why you're writing what you're writing, and what the unique part of your business is. So for Hayley and her bamboo baby wear, it was obviously the bamboo part, the product part, which was unique. And that was the thing that, so, if she targeted bigger, broader baby keywords, well, firstly, it's a very competitive industry, so it would have been hard for her to rank her site. You might have gotten lots of traffic if you did manage to get on the first page, but that traffic wouldn't have been qualified, and they would have just been looking maybe for general baby wear. By you targeting something specific to your business and your unique product, you might be getting less traffic, but more targeted traffic. So people that firstly arriving at your website through typing bamboo baby wear, you know that they're looking for bamboo baby wear. And it's
so
a no-brainer, but like I think
long-tailed as well. Like it was bamboo baby wear clothes. Yeah.
So, online even, I think.
Yeah, bamboo baby. Yeah. And I set that up nicely. And the reason it works so well is because it was so niche. Unlike cheap baby clothes or baby clothes online, it's
And
so
again,
it
varies with every industry, but like the takeaway is think about whatever is unique in your business. Why did you set up in the first place? You're passionate about your product, you're passionate about the service you offer. It has to be different in some way. Otherwise, why did you set up your business in the first place? And that has to flow through to your keywords and the content that you're writing. And so, the basis of any great SEO strategy is backed by a really great content strategy and content marketing. So writing articles around what's unique to your business. So, and just getting started. My top tip is writing 5 things that make your business unique. So, with my bamboo babywear business, it was bamboo, that it was organic, that it was good for the skin, that it was, that it was sort of stylish, made by an Aussie mum. Lots of really specific things unique to my business and then I wrote blog articles around them, and that worked really well. Yeah, and I think just getting started is another huge takeaway. We're obviously on the Facebook Live to you guys today because we're the type of women that just get stuck in and get going, and we want to pass that on to you as well. Obviously, you've started your business or you have an idea for a business, and if you're in this group, so you're obviously super motivated and savvy to get to this stage. Don't stop once your website is live and think that you're not getting any sales or leads and that's it for you. Definitely not. Try your hand at some of these tactics with SEO. Learn as much as you can, and when it comes to the point where you do have marketing budget, invest in these strategies, and just don't think, I've got my website now, it's online, this is me done, it's not successful. This side hustle or you just starting your business can be a real thing. Hayley has done it twice now and sold 2 babywear businesses. And all of the women that we work with on a daily basis, including the lovely ladies that were just in Google Domination, they're on the path to actually doing this for themselves as well, because they've taken the time to go and skill up.
Yeah.
And you feel really better at the other end when you're reading articles, and they've signed up to all of the SEO blogs, search engine land, all of them, and are still posting this is the latest update. What do you think about opt-ins? Should I take the opt-in off my site? So empowered to see, what they knew before and what they know now after.
Yeah.
And that I feel confident that moving forward, they're going to make the right choices for their business. So that's our job done.
Yeah, because I think that side hustle can be a really real thing for you. A couple of years ago, I was working for the man and hating it. And I just honestly believed that I could do it better and that I could have my own successful business and, that it would work. And I thought, the only way I'm going to be able to do that with no budget is learn myself and figure it out. And I was just determined to. And it is just getting into the mindset of starting. We went to Emma Franklin Bell's podcast, how to build a podcast in 30 days workshop today.
Oh, I thought it was 90. I thought we had more time.
Oh,
no,
really?
It's 30.
Don't freak me out.
Yeah,
I started. No. And so that put us just in the headspace of going, you've got your to-do list and, there's a million things on it. When is there ever going to be a good time to bring it right up to the top of the pile? And podcasts for us made it, climb up there and we just got to get started.
Yes.
Once you get started and you're starting to see results.
Yeah.
That's the good part.
So if anything, hopefully our Facebook has inspired, a bit thought-provoking around like what you're currently doing with SEO. If it's nothing, some things to go and do some further research on. We have all our information, I guess, do we go like that on top of the video? I don't really know, down below, I'm not sure. We put the little description in, but any questions, just still add them into the comments, particularly if you want us to have a quick look at any of your particular websites. There might be some quick wins there. Email us directly, check out our digital school, and Google domination. We actually just launched the new intake yesterday, but there's still time for you to join. We have personalised hourly huddles, so
you'll love them. And the ladies love them, don't they?
It's not just a normal online course. It comes with support from me. So if you are interested, either send an email or just submit through the form that we've posted. But hopefully we've helped a little bit demystify this scary SEO stuff.
How to get past those SEO roadblocks. And make sure you come into our I Do Digital group. You just search I Do Digital and come in there, and it's a free digital marketing group.
We're a little bit nerdy in there, but
we are.
It's good.
There's no drama.
It's good for some technical questions, and again, those roadblocks that kind of stop us from moving forward in our business and making a real go of it. And that's what we want to tell you. You can do it.
We want to empower you. That's our main message.
So I think we've gone over. We were only supposed to be here for half an hour. Whoopsie. But cheers. And thank you to everyone that joined us. And
thanks for watching.
Post below if you're watching this recording later. Please, we'll still be lurking in the group as we always are. And we'll catch you lovely ladies in the group.
Bye.
Bye.